Another week, another Diamond League. This time the athletes were out in Monaco at the south of France. Of course, this is one of the most high-profile Diamond League meets of the entire season, and a lot of these athletes really did deliver. We've been seeing a pretty hectic schedule, right? From Poland to Hungary, now we have in Monaco, and then London's on Sunday. So a lot of athletes are really going back-to-back with some of these competitions, but they did not disappoint in Monaco. And of course, we do have to start off with that women's 200-meter dash, a big matchup build between Shericka Jackson as well as Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas, of course, has that world lead of 21.60, but Shericka Jackson, personal best of 21.45 from last year. She's won 21.7, but Shericka Jackson took the win here, 21.86 seconds to get the win over Julian Alfred in 22.08 seconds. Julian Alfred, her second race of the year after NCAAs. She just spit out Shakira Richardson in Hungary, but Gabby Thomas, she only finished in 7th place, 22.67. Now, first on Shericka Jackson, she noted that she was really surprised, right? If you see her face after the race, she was super surprised, super excited, really, because she had just come off a really tough workout, she said, the day before.
I'm actually really satisfied. Kind of surprising, knowing that I had a training session yesterday, but as I said, it's good for me right now and coach. I definitely know he'll go back, watch the clip, and we fix what needs to be fixed in the world.
So she's in training. We saw her run 22 seconds in Hungary. I think she is on watch for that 200-meter world record, that 21.34 seconds from Flojo back in 1988. Again, Shericka Jackson has already run 21.45. If she's running 21.8 and she's doing workouts, she's training through all these meets, she said she has another training session tomorrow before the London race on Sunday. So I think she is very much on world record watch. Behind her, Julian Alfred, second place in 22.08 seconds. Now, again, she is also in the conversation for the 100-meter medals. I think after NCAAs, Coach Flo from Texas said that Alfred really doesn't want to run the 200, so we'll see if she actually runs it in Budapest, but I know she's in the conversation for a medal. What this shows me, as well as that 100 meters, that 10.8 that she ran in Hungary, that shows me that she is very much on pace to get onto the podium, right? Challenge some of those medals in the 100-meter dash, but also she is in good shape. That NCAA season did not deter her, and she is going for something big. Now, Gabby Thomas, like I said, 7th place here. I don't think this sets her back in any capacity in terms of what she was going to do for the World Championships. I still have her as a 2nd place, that solid silver medalist behind Shericka Jackson. If anything, for me, this just expands Shericka Jackson's lead going into the World Championships. Now, Gabby Thomas is one of the few athletes who just flew over to Europe. She wasn't competing in some of the meets over the past week, so I got to give her a little credence, right? She's, dealing with a little jet lag, which she said in the press conference the day before. So again, in my opinion, she's still the solid silver medal pick. I think that Shericka Jackson just expands her lead. And again, Shericka Jackson is on world record watch in that 200-meter dash. Also, shout out in 3rd place, Dina Asher-Smith. She got a season's best of 22.23. She still has a, little bit to go before she's back in that, 21.8 range that got her to the gold medal in 2019. But we're going to see what she's able to do when we do get to Budapest. So that's the women's 200, but let's move over to the men's 400-meter hurdles. Now, this was going to be a matchup between Karsten Warholm, Rai Benjamin, and Alison Dos Santos. But like I noted, Rai Benjamin said that he's been dealing with some setbacks, so he had to unfortunately drop out of the race. But we did see Dos Santos as well as Karsten Warholm, and Warholm did what Warholm does, 46.51 seconds to just surpass his world lead by 1/100th of a second. This is his 2nd fastest performance of his entire career, only behind his world record of 45.94 seconds from back in 2021 at the Olympics. Rai Benjamin, he's run 46.6 seconds, so between him and Warholm, both of these guys are going head-to-head for a huge matchup when we get to Budapest.
I think last year, having an injury, being beaten, it made me pissed. I was really pissed about it, but we've been working very hard. My coach and my team, everybody, been really motivated, and now we want to fight for gold medals again.
Alison Dos Santos, he just ran his season's opener in Poland, that 44.7 in the 400. Now for his 400 hurdle opener, 47.66 seconds. Now, he was on pace for something much faster, but he unfortunately stumbled coming off hurdle 9. Looked like he was injured, but it looks like he's okay. He just stumbled, and he feels good. He feels healthy. He feels like he's going to be in the mix, and we know that he's in the mix. 46.2 personal best from last year. I think he is very much going to get into the fold once he gets his rhythm back, right? He had surgery back in February, I think. He's now just getting back into the rhythm of things. He has a whole month to get ready, and I am very much excited for Warholm, Benjamin, and Dos Santos to all fight for the gold medal. I think Warholm is going to go undefeated. I think he's going to surpass his world record. I think he's going to run mid 45 seconds when we get to the hurdles. But we're going to see what happens. Benjamin is very, very much looking forward to the matchup, so we're going to see. Also, I want to highlight the performances these guys have been putting up over the past couple years. Remember Kevin Young, the world record holder from 1992, who everyone was chasing his mark, one of the longest held track world records in the sport? Well, he just moved to number 10 all-time performances. So it's crazy that Kevin Young is being pushed out of the top performances in history when he was holding the world record for so long. That just shows what these guys have been able to do in just a short time frame. We're talking about 2018 when Samba broke 47 seconds for the first time. Since then, it's been a madhouse. All these guys really breaking 47 seconds and making it look easy. Look at Karsten Warholm. He's been doing it so consistently. These guys have really been putting some amazing marks down. And again, I really think 45 mid, if not better, is very possible when we get to Budapest. In third place, CJ Allen, keeping consistent, 47.84 seconds. I think this is his second fastest performance of his career, so he is very much in the mix. But if we're talking about top three, if you're talking about Dos Santos finishing second place here and he stumbled, I mean, listen, the top three is pretty solid. CJ Allen, don't sleep on him. He could sneak into the medals if someone makes a mistake. But let's talk about the women's 100-meter hurdles. This event has been on fire all year, and specifically, I want to highlight Nia Ali. 12.30 seconds to get the win here. She leaned and edged out Kenny Harrison, who ran 12.31 seconds for second place. Nia Ali is arguably one of the top performers of the entire year across the entire sport. We're talking about a woman who's been winning medals since, 2014? I think she made her first world championship team in 2013. She's had, 3 children. She's now coming back from, having children, having injuries, setbacks, all kinds of things. And she's running personal best. That is a personal best for her. That is one of the fastest times that we've seen in the sport in, however many years, right? Of course, the world record last year. Of course, we've seen Camacho Quinn. Of course, we've seen Kenny Harrison, but Nia Ali needs some huge respect for what she's able to do.
I always explain to people that you're as good as you feel, and I don't feel 34. I mean, I honestly don't know what it's supposed to feel like. A lot of people look at it as like, oh, you're supposed to be heading out the sport. But I kind of took some time off with giving birth to my children, so I don't know if that's helped me, just not having those years in my legs or whatever it might be, but I'm incredibly blessed. It means a lot.
In the past 3 competitions, she's run 3 of her 4 fastest times of her entire career. And again, this is a personal best for her. We also have to really acknowledge the women's 100-meter hurdles right now. Just in the United States, I think there's 6 or 7 women who have gone 12.4 or faster just in this year. Add to that the other women, Tobi Amisan, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, right? All these other women who are making the 100 meters, probably the greatest era that we've ever seen. We talk about all the other past years, but it's crazy to think that this is probably the greatest era right now. Between, like I said, Amisan, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, Megan Tapper, right? Brittany Anderson is injured, but all these women are really in the mix and putting down some amazing performances. Now, I know Amisan, unfortunately, she has the whereabouts, situation she's dealing with, so gonna have to sit her on the sidelines for now. We'll see if she gets to Budapest, but I'm just loving what the hurdles is doing right now. I'm loving what Nia Ali is doing right now as well. And for her ability to come back when it matters most, performing at USA's, getting to Budapest, she's in the mix for gold. It's going to be very close. Nothing is ever promised in the hurdles, but I think that Nia Ali is on a very, very strong path to potentially get back on the top of the podium. Also look out for Kenny Harrison again, second place, 12.31 seconds. She very much is in the mix to potentially get her first gold medal at the World Championships outdoors. So love the women's 100-meter hurdles. Also, let me know if you know what's happening with Jasmine Camacho Quinn. She pulled out, I think, of not only Monaco, but also Hungary and the Silesia Diamond League out in Poland. So she might be injured, but hopefully she's able to make it to Budapest and make this race super competitive. But let's move over to the men's 100-meter dash. Now, I know people are saying that it's not, super high qualities. People aren't running 9.8s and 9.7. I don't care. This is a really, really good field that we're having across the board between all the top guys. And here, Fernand Omanyala, Letsila Tobogo, both of them were going head to head. Also with Akeem Blake. Unfortunately, Blake's not going to the World Championships, but Omanyala got the win here in 9.92 seconds, just ahead of Tobogo's 9.93. Now, Ferdinand Omanyala hasn't been competing too much outside of Kenya. Earlier in the year, he was, competing, but went back to Kenya. Now he's back on the circuit, and 9.92 to get the win over Tebogo is a very, very big performance, right? He, of course, has that stigma that he can't run super fast outside of Kenya. We want to see him get into those 10.8s and 10.7s. We're going to see if he's able to get to Budapest and potentially get on that podium. But this is significant because it shows that he's able to beat some of the top guys. He's able to remain consistent relatively, right, in the 9.9 range, and he really wants to get on that podium, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what he's able to do.
I feel great about it. Anybody will be happy about a win in a Diamond League. So it's my first ever Diamond League win, and I'm really happy about it. And with 28 days, the world champs, that boosts my confidence.
But Tebogo, don't sleep on what he's able to do. 9.93, just outside of his personal best of 9.91. He's coming off a personal best of 44.7 in the 400. He's run 19.8 in the 200. I think Tebogo, I don't know if this year he might get onto the podium, but I think in the next couple years, maybe Paris, he might be one of the big, big breakout stars when we're talking about the 100 and the 200. Again, that 400-meter dash really told me that he is not here to play. If anything, I think his chances might be better in the 200, right? He may be able to get on the podium, potentially break up the sweep that I'm thinking is going to happen with the USA there, but we're going to see. Tebogo, don't sleep on him in his future. He might be able to win the double next year in Paris. We're going to see. But that's the 100-meter dash on the men's side. Now, let's talk about the women's 400-meter dash. Now, of course, we saw that Sydney McLaughlin-Roney had to pull out because of some knee discomfort or knee pain or whatever it is. Whatever, I think she's going to be ready for Budapest. But this field, despite her out and despite no Paulino, despite no Nasa, this was a very high-quality race. Natalia Kaczmarek from Poland getting her second win in a row in 49.63 seconds. Just off the personal best she just set in Poland last weekend of 49.48. So just like I've been saying, I think she is in the conversation, an outside shot to get onto the podium. She's been having a great string of races and consistent 49s. We're going to see what she's able to do. At least she is definitely, on pace to make it into the final in the World Championships. She didn't make it in Eugene last year. I'm looking forward to seeing if she's able to do that. But behind her, we had a very, very stacked field. Shamir Little, of course, is in the 400-meter hurdles, but here, personal best 49.68 seconds all the way from the outside. She was running in lane 8, so she had to go out for it, and she improves her personal best from 49.91 seconds that she set back in 2021. So I think this sets Shamir Little up for a very, very strong performance going into the 400-meter hurdles at the World Championships in Budapest. Femke Bol is still probably the favorite there, but Shamir Little, I think she's on pace for a sub 52-second run. Definitely keep a lookout for what she's able to do. And then we also have to put some implications for Shamir Little in the 4x4. We have Sydney McLaughlin-Roney. We have Britton Wilson, Talitha Diggs. You also have to put in consideration Gabby Thomas. Shamir Little, she is in that mix. Considering 49.68 seconds, that makes her the equal third fastest American this year. So please put Shamir Little on that 4x4. If not in the final, then definitely you need to put her in that, prelims in the 4x4. So that's Shamir Little. But third place, Lieke Klaver, backing up her previous personal best. She set in Poland, 49.99 seconds, her second fastest performance of her career. Amazing performance. She made it into the final at the World Championships last year. Again, just like Kaczmarek, I think Lieke Klaver has a very strong outside shot to make it onto the podium, but we'll see. Rashida Adeleke, fourth place, 49.99 seconds, coming off a very strong 200 in Hungary. I think this is a very strong performance for her, and in my opinion, she is a very, very strong medal threat in the 400. Again, it's not the 49.2s that she was running, in the NCAA. She was peaking for all that stuff. Now, she's just preparing. She has a whole month till World Championships. I think she's going to be in very strong shape to make it onto the podium if, things really go well. It's a stacked field in the 400, but I like where Adeleke is at. And then fifth place, we cannot sleep on Sade Williams from Barbados, 50 seconds flat. Now, she didn't break 50, she's not in the 40, doesn't matter. Season's best for her, and this is her fastest time prior to a World Championships or Olympic Games. Sade Williams got the bronze medal at the World Championships last year. She got the silver medal at the NACAT Games behind Shaunae Miller-Uibo, and she got the gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. Her personal best is 49.7 seconds from that World Championship final. So don't sleep on Sade Williams. Don't sleep on Adeleke, Klaver, Little, Kaczmarek. All these ladies are really, really putting some great performances down in this 400, and it's going to translate well when they get to the World Championships. Now, let's move over to the women's long jump, where there was a very high-quality field, and I think there's one competitor who's really separated herself and made herself the slight favorite going into the World Championships. Championships. Larissa-Iapichino from Italy, and I apologize if I mispronounced her name, but she jumped 6.95 meters to get the win on her final jump. This just surpassed Tara Davis, who jumped 6.88 meters on her 5th attempt to move all the way up to 2nd place. But I have to give some huge kudos to Iapichino. Again, she's won, I think it's in Rome, she won in Sweden, and then now she's won here in Monaco. And also she jumped this 6.95 meters. She jumped 6.93 meters previously. So personal best back-to-back in a lot of competitions. She is very consistent, and I think, again, the edge on favorite to get the gold medal at the World Championships this year.
I'm really happy because I think it's really important for a 21-year-old to be this consistent. It's amazing. When I compete, I just want to have fun and do my best. So, I mean, I just got the point, so I'm really happy.
We saw Malika Mihambo. She's a 2019, 2020, as well as 2022 champion right at the Olympics and World Championships. She unfortunately is going to be out of the World Championships due to some injuries and some setbacks. So again, Iapichino, she's an edge-on favorite, but the field is very stacked. Tara Davis-Woodhall, Ivana Vuleta, right? There's a very, very strong contingent of women. Essa Brume, who's in this competition, didn't do well, but there's a really strong contingent of women in the long jump who are really gunning for that gold medal. I think a lot of women think that they have a very, very strong, chance to get on that podium, which they very much do, but if I'm going to pick an edge-on favorite, it's Iapichino from Italy. I think her mother is an Olympic gold medalist in the high jump from back in the 90s, right? One of the legends. So this is a really, really strong field, and I love seeing these women go head-to-head week after week, competition after competition. And again, we're going to see what happens. But Iapichino, she's a favorite going into the World Championships. Let's finish off with the men's triple jump. Jaden Hibbert from Jamaica. This was his first competition outside of the NCAAs. Of course, he competed at Jamaican Championships to qualify, but he was competing at his first professional meet. He signed, I think, an NIL deal with Puma. We saw him with the Puma kit, but Hughes Fabrice Zango. First place here on his final jump, 17.70 meters to get the win. We saw that Jaden Hibbert was actually leading the competition for most of the way with 17.66 meters. But again, Hughes Fabrice Zango got the win here, 17.70 meters. Zango is one of the most consistent athletes we've seen in the triple jump over the past couple years. He medaled not only in 2019, but also 2020 at the Olympics, as well as last year got the silver medal in the World Championships. He is on a path to potentially get that gold medal.
I'm really happy with what I produced today because the meeting was really hard for me. I struggled a lot to try to get a good result, a good performance. I was just focused on the last game because I knew that today would be really hard for me to do a consistent jump at 17.50.
But Hibbert is on that path as well. Don't sleep on what Hibbert could do. He got second place here. Again, this is his first kind of quote-unquote major competition. He's going to be a problem. Also, I don't know what's happening with Pichardo. He, of course, is the defending Olympic and world champion, but who knows? He might be a little bit injured. He was supposed to be competing here, but pulled out, I think, just a couple days ago. I think that Hibbert has a very, very strong shot to get on the podium and potentially challenge for that gold medal.
I think I did really well today. Competition was a bit rough. Came in with a little cramp, so it was kind of hard to get into my zone, but I came out with the second place, and I'm really grateful.
I love that his coaches have really tapered his season and prepared him for the World Championships, prepared him for a long season. I think in total over the entire season, he's taken less than 20 jumps, right? And that includes all of his ancillary jumps, right? Not talking about competitions, just jumps in total. Indoors, I think he jumped one jump, broke the collegiate record, and then left, right? Outdoors, he made like 3 or 4 jumps. So he's been consistently tapering things down and preparing for a long season, and now it's paying off. He's in the conversation for a medal, but I think that Hughes Fabrice Zango is very much in the conversation for that gold medal. It's, kind of eluded him all the past couple years. This might be his year. We're gonna see a lot of other guys really jump into the mix, but look out for Hibbert, look out for Zango, and then all the other guys who are in the mix for the triple jump. So Monaco Diamond League, this is only part 1 of the doubleheader Diamond League. London is on Sunday, so let me know what you loved from the Monaco Diamond League. Let me know if some of the implications from the Diamond League coming out here, and then also, what do you think is gonna happen in London when we get to Sunday? We have another Jackson versus Shakira Richardson. We have Noah Lyles in the 200. So let me know what you think. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Back again next time. Thanks for watching.